Yo, y'all don't wanna know. Fuck around and see it, cause you know I'm gonna go. Yeah.
Web3 Breakfast, serving size like Texas. I'm a beast, yeah, baby. You know I'm reckless. We stacking blue chips, my people buy the dip. Matte Black Lambo coming soon. Don't forget, sign the check.
Web3 Breakfast. Fuck a Lexus, push a Maserati, keep a diamond Jesus on my necklace. I'm living reckless. Fuck a job, cash the check, grab the bag, hit the flight, we on the next one. Wife changing money, just ask my honey. Got a diamond on my face, I can't help it, I'm new money.
Web3 Breakfast, wake and bake, appreciate the checklist, moderate the stage, perplexing everything you say, and not to mention, I think I rug. Maybe I should shrug it off, go touch some grass, perhaps some plug.
Web3 Breakfast,
Web3 Breakfast.
Web3 Breakfast. Yo, what is up, family? Good morning, GM. Happy evening and good afternoon if you're in some other part of the world. What is up, Turbo? You know what? I was laughing during that song. You know, I'm like, every time I hear it, like, I definitely evaluate myself and I laugh at myself. Humility goes a long way for me here. And I'm thinking, like, you know, in one of my lines, I talk about being reckless, man. What does that even mean?
Bro, we're living reckless, bro. You know what I mean? We're just out here recklessly living.
Okay.
I like to use the definition. I like to use the word in the definition when I don't exactly know what it means. It's just kind of a thing.
Okay. I hope your microphone comes back up at some point during the show. That is a huge difference from how you normally say.
Give me a second. Let me try to get my earpiece.
Okay. It's definitely very staticky. At least that's how I hear it. I don't know. You can throw a thumb up if you guys down there hear the same thing. But Turbo's these roads, man. I tell you what, we got these things. They're amazing. They do such great jobs for, you know, being able to host the show, do the streams, and all that stuff. But at the same time, they are also like a Achilles. Speaking of Achilles heels, they are like an Achilles heel, right? Or they're very sensitive, and sometimes right before the show, like what happened today at 9:57 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Turbo's machine decided to run an update, and sometimes the updates on these things take a while. So while the stuff is great, sometimes they are a pain in the ass, but it is what it is. That is live production. It is how it all works. But hope you guys are doing all right today. Welcome back to Web3 Breakfast. We got the crew in the house today. Today is the opening day of the NFL season. I'm very excited about that. You know, I wanted to talk earlier. You know, yesterday I'd set the topic talking about like practical applications that, you know, within the blockchain industry that we'll be able to utilize, right? I mean, and these are very fundamental things that, you know, we all know about, right? And we'll get to that in just a second. But I almost feel like the conversation today could be a lot more fun, maybe just more community oriented, unless you guys want to talk about it. But, you know, we're talking about things like, you know, obviously, you know, real life situations or, you know, ecosystems like gaming, you know, that's stuff that we know about and talk about all the time. But, you know, like, you know, environmental conservation. Yeah, I was going to say conversation. I couldn't think of the right word there. Identity verification. That's going to be industry that we see, you know, definitely get disrupted at some point. when the digital identity thing becomes a much stronger push, which I'm not really quite sure I'm ready for all of that. I know that my wife, when she signed up for her new driver's license, I believe she also maybe they were doing like a free trial or something. I don't even know if it was a free trial, but something with the digital identity, and I'm just not ready. I'm not ready to do that, even though I have this digital identity, in many other ecosystems. I think just attaching it to the government is not something I'm ready for yet, even though I'm sure it's already there. I don't know. I'm sure I contradicted myself about a million different times right there, right? It is what it is. GM 7, how are you feeling, man? Back from vacation? You guys spent a little time down at the ocean, down at the beach? Perfect. You might be changing a diaper.
Hello.
Yo.
What's up? We had a blast at the beach. We ate really good food. I had yeah, you can have a donut. Hold on one second. Yeah, and we're still eating good food, obviously.
Hell yeah. I love that. I always love going to the I'm not a beach guy. I love the like the environment, right? Usually when it's really nice. I love like when we go down to like Miami Beach for like the events, just like being in the environment of the beach. But the beach itself, I don't know about you guys, the beach itself, the sand, is something I just don't like. It just goes places you don't want it. You don't need it. That's the beach.
I love the beach. I love it.
I'm a pool guy. I like the pool.
I love the pool too.
Pool's a lot better.
And the pool, the funniest things to me though is like, so we were staying a block away from the beach. Every single freaking house has a pool, and I'm like, bro, you are literally like, the pool is like not even a football field away from the beach, the shore, and I'm like, why would you even want a pool? I would not even have a pool if the beach was that close. But I guess it's just, it's preference, and I get it. But I just think it's so funny that people are like, oh, a hurricane's gonna come smash this bad boy every so often, and the tide's gonna come in every so often to destroy this thing. But I'm gonna put a pool in. Like, people don't have basements in Florida and in Alabama, but there are people that have pools, and it's hilarious to me.
Now, would you do? I get I get the point there, like putting in a pool when you live like right there at the beach. But what about a hot tub?
Oh, absolutely. That's different. That's a whole different. That's a whole different experience. Like you want to like that's like when you go to a cabin at the lake house. You're not expecting a pool, but the hot tub's going to be on the back porch somewhere. Like, it's going to be there.
I got a stank face from Turbo on the live stream. You don't like hot tubs?
Oh no.
I love hot tubs, but it just it occurred to me that hopefully I sound a lot better. It had occurred to me that like a hot tub is just like a giant bathtub.
Indeed, and no, you sound like you are a 1950s radio station.
Yep. It is like a nice big outdoor bathtub with the massaging bubble jet things. Typically, you can you have yourself a cocktail or whatever you prefer to sip on, and then or if you like joints, like a joint in the hot tub is a cool thing, especially like like what Seven was saying, like when you're at the cabin in the mountains, you do a full day of shredding, and you get back, all you want to do is just chill out. Maybe have a little JJ in the hot tub. That's how you wind down a day.
Seriously, we went zip lining, and all I wanted to do was get back to the cabin and go get in the hot tub. Like, that's all I wanted to do. I was like, okay, that was fun, but can we get back to the room as soon as possible? We didn't even go out to eat. We went straight back to the room and had rooms and I don't even know what it was, because there was no such thing as DoorDash or Uber Eats at the time. But I was like, bro, you remember that hot tub? Like, I was like a crackhead with the hot tub. I was like, you remember that hot tub we have in the back? Like, dude, anybody remember that? It was hilarious.
You slept in it. Like, I'm just gonna sleep out here.
Dude, I was in there for so long. I know that I was cooking my organs at one point. I was like, this is probably not good that I'm in here.
Some 7 soup on the menu. 7 soup.
Yeah, when I used to drink and just get like stupid. I would just get dumb.
And for those who didn't know, Seven also is an incredible heavy metal guitarist, singer.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, and there's a video out there of him playing guitar like a madman, and then stopping and slinging the guitar all the way around his body, and then catching it and continuing to play.
I love that.
I was also about 80 pounds heavier.
Which makes it more impressive because it was the gravitational pull of his body mass.
Holy crap.
Pulling the guitar next to him so he can just like throw it around and it would just stay in orbit.
Is
that what you meant?
I have seen this video. It is amazing.
Yeah. I think that my guitar definitely had some form of, I guess, some kind of pull when it came to staying around my body because it always seemed to go where I needed it to go.
Magic. It's like a magic man.
Yo, and we got NFT Go in the building. That's always exciting. What up, NFT Go?
Yo, good morning, my brothers. How are you?
Good, man. Good. You know, Jared joined our Web3 Breakfast Fantasy Football League.
Oh, I'm gonna crush you.
No, you're not. Nope.
Absolutely will.
Nope. I unfortunately I got the first pick, which means I also got the last pick of every round. That was a disaster. That happened to me in 2 of my leagues. That is the worst. I don't wish that upon anybody to get the first pick. While it's great, you literally have to wait so many people to get your next pick, and everyone good is gone.
Yeah, it depends. But I'm gonna step back for a second because we were talking trash on the beach, and we're gonna talk about that. I love the beach. So I live in Fountain Valley, which is right next to Huntington Beach. So I'm like 3 miles away from the beach, so I go all the time. Well, actually, I don't go as often as I'd like to. But anyways, complaining about sand. Come on, you wash the sand off. There's showers right there.
Yeah.
The ocean water is so much better for your skin than pool water. It's just such a lovely environment. What I like to do is, I know this is super cliche, but I like to go for long walks on the beach. There's a ecological reserve a few miles from my place, and it's a perfect sunset spot. So just my chick and I, after the day's over, put the phones down, just go for like, I don't know, probably 4 or 5 mile walk, check out all the waterfowl, and there's, you can see the fish jumping out of the water and sun setting. If you want, just jump in the water a little bit. It's magical. I'm a big fan. So I do like pools too and hot tubs, but bro, come on, the beach is the best.
So the way that you describe that is great. Plus, like I know, in previous conversations that we've had here and with other people about, the healing properties of water, and I believe it's called grounding, right? When you can surround yourself with the water and maybe even, put your feet, walk in the water on those long walks. Like that helps with that whole grounding process and helping you heal to some extent. So I get it, and I'm just being a baby about the sand for sure. The beach is a beautiful place.
Man, Jay, you're kind of right though. Like,
okay, maybe here's the deal. I say that I'm afraid of. I say that I'm only afraid of snakes, right? And it probably has something to deal with that. I can't see what's under the water, and maybe I just don't want to get eaten by a shark, and so I'd rather just swim in a pool. I could walk on the beach. Here we go. We're changing my opinion today. I love the beach. I love looking and walking on the beach. I just don't like swimming in the ocean.
So that reminds me of this study that just came out, and I was talking to my lady about this. We were at the beach a couple of weeks ago, and I was just trying to mess with her anyways. But so a study just came out, and specifically here in Southern California, they said something like 92% of the time you're in the ocean, there's a juvenile great white within 100 yards of your proximity, which I thought was wild.
Oh, well,
that is hilarious.
Get to the ocean.
Jay, you would have like lost your mind if you would have been with us then. When I was I guess Tuesday morning, I went out and while I was walking like just the front of the shore, and I saw like an entire fleet of stingrays that were like probably basketball size. But you could not tell, like, if you weren't like looking right at them, you wouldn't know what they were. They looked exactly like the sand. And then right after that, like there's like this monster crab and shit, and a jellyfish, and the kids were like, I think I got stung by the damn jellyfish, and I was fucking dying, dude, because like it looked like it looked like she scratched herself with a shell or something, and she was like making her mom freak out, and I was like, oh dang, and then her mom saw the stingrays, and it was over from there. So, and it's my niece, so she's like, you know, I think she's like 7, so she was losing her mind, thinking her fucking leg was gonna fall off. It was a fiasco, but also hilarious because I'm like, you can't die from this, Jesus! And they all like EMTs should have arrived, like the way they were acting. And I was like, she's gonna be okay. She took a Benadryl, acted drunk the entire day. It was fantastic.
See, this stuff doesn't happen in a pool. This stuff doesn't happen in a pool.
Never.
No. I get that pools have their own problems. You could have a saltwater pool, and then we can say that we're dealing with the same water. But yeah, man, problems. Like we went to, when I was living in Texas, we went down to was it South Padre, I think, and we were walking along the beach at night, and so we had some people warn us. And they got those Portuguese man-o-war things there, which is like a horrible sting to get. You just want to swim in the water, but you got to dodge these things. Come on, you just swim in a pool. Just swim in a pool. I love for the scenery. Go for the scenery. Swim in a pool.
Yeah, I'm more worried about jellyfish. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to be peed on.
That's not a thing.
You're not gonna get peed on.
That's not a thing. It's not really a thing. You just need like hot water. Like hot water. Hot water would work. It just has to be a temperature thing.
Okay. All right.
Nobody's gonna pee on you. Nobody.
No, I will pee on someone else, but I do
not on this show.
You don't have to do that.
Not here.
Not on this show.
That's the late night show.
Well, welcome in to Web3 Breakfast.
That is definitely
Monday through Friday.
Yeah, that is going to be on the night show moving forward. The DGen hours with Turbo. You get all of that conversation there.
Yeah, so join me Monday through Friday at 9:30 a.m. as I prepare you guys for Web3 Breakfast.
What's before breakfast? Is there anything that's before breakfast? No.
Coffee. Just have a cup of coffee with Turbo.
Yeah, coffee. Iced coffee with Turbo. He only drinks iced coffee, so it would have to be iced coffee with Turbo.
Oh my god. It's just 30 minutes of just pain.
Coffee.
If you just listening to my story, like no one else gets to talk, I just gotta tell a 30-minute story and then that's the end. But it will never have an ending. It'll always leave you with more questions than answers.
Now, those are the best kind. And those are like, it's like those videos. Have you ever been sucked into one of those videos like where you're like, oh, what's gonna happen? And then like you've realized, all right, I've watched at least 45 seconds or a minute of this video. I don't think we're at the ending yet. Like, all right, I've put in the time. What do I do here? Do I continue to watch to see what happens? Or do I say, fuck it, cut ship right now? Like, we're done. And most of the time, you just keep there watching. And then sometimes they never even get to it. You're like, I just wasted 3 minutes of my life.
I get so pissed about that. I look down at the bar and see if it's still like how close it is to the end. I start doing my reasoning skills and I'm like, there's no way. There's no way they're fucking getting there. Dude, that shit pisses me off, man. That's like the best clickbait. Dude, I get to the end of a video and nothing happened. Oh boy, am I fucking irate.
Dude, I feel like it's that video of the truck about to crash, like, and it never crashes. But I see Turbo watching this video and turning into Macho Man Randy Savage, like the boiling point video. Have you ever seen that one where he's just breathing in the whole time? Oh my god. Like I could see you like literally squeezing the phone into pieces because you're like this fucking video right now.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. Oh, this is so good. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome everybody that has showed up for Web3 Breakfast. I see we got Mel from the Degener Blockhead Show just popped in. GM sir. A lot of familiar faces in the crowd today, guys. This is Web3 Breakfast. If it's your first time joining us, appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. This is a show for the community, by the community. So if you want to come up, and I know we're just chopping it up right now, but if you want to be a part of the conversation today, make sure that you raise your hand. Come on up here to speak. You are more than welcome to. We just have the one rule: don't be a douchebag. So no racist.
I'm just being aggressive. I'm just being aggressive and inviting people to speak at this point.
Oh, nice. I like that. Today it's random get picked to speak day. So if you get the you can't say no. That's the thing. You can say no. I cannot make rules for anybody like that. That's not how it works. But if you get selected to speak and you feel like come on up.
We're gonna see if we can trick Wit into getting up here again, and then throwing her the mic and see what we can get going on. Hey, but
she's
what
at
about that,
they're at gymnastics. So Emmy's got gymnastics this morning.
Oh, I love that. That's
Oh,
so
you got
dope.
Stonewall. You got Stonewall
Dude.
by gymnastics.
Dang, that's tight though.
Yeah.
It'd be funnier though. She's with all the other moms at the gymnastics, and she like comes up and like starts this big crypto conversation. And the next thing you know, we got the crypto gymnast moms. You know, our newest NFT.
Well, that's
project.
in at Chain Labs, what we'll have to do is just build whatever. I assume whatever my daughter is doing, for activities. There'll be like an activity area at Chain Labs for her to do said activity, so she can hang out with Dad all day.
Definitely, because I can build anything you can show me. So I hope she gets into skateboarding or something, so we can build like a big skateboard park, like inside of Chain Labs.
That'd be fun.
Hey, maybe we're counting on you.
We're doing that anyway.
Yeah, I have a skateboard, and so I will introduce her to it.
I just put
can
Bowie
spell
on
skateboard.
skates like a week ago.
How do you do?
He calls them wheel shoes, and it is the funniest thing. He can walk on them. He's pretty. They're like the Fisher Price ones that have the locks on them. So he like has back wheels but not front wheels right now. But he didn't bust ass, so that's good.
Yo, but speaking of busting some ass, how about them Ohio State Buckeyes, baby? Starting our season off with Indiana on Saturday. You know what I'm saying? Did Indiana?
Oh,
game
look
against
at all
Indiana?
the thumbs down that you're getting right now.
I'm not worried about DOB. He probably roots for some crappy team. Probably has some doggone conference.
Dude,
you know what
nobody
I'm
likes
saying?
Ohio State except for Ohio State people because they have this arrogance about them that they have to be called the Ohio State.
Ohio
And
State,
that's just stupid. Every college in the country has the in front of it. It's the University of Illinois. It's the University of Akron. It's the University of Washington. But nobody has
I
the
can't
audacity.
help that.
No one has the audacity to say we are the Ohio State University. Thank you very much.
Yeah, stand up for yourself. Stand up for yourself, right? If you're in one of those colleges, stand up for yourself. Because we're not
Hold
going
on.
to be out. Yes.
I just have a question. Is there any other college in Ohio?
Oh, there's 1,000 of them.
Okay,
A
so they can't
bajillion.
be It's not like fucking Highlander. What the hell is happening? This is ridiculous. I can't believe that's actually is this actually a thing?
Shit, if you watch college football this Saturday, you'd
I
probably
don't
Highlander
know.
because we're
I'm gonna
taking the heads off.
throw up. This is
I've
Okay,
never seen it,
we're-
but I know the reference.
let's get into some serious talk because college football, I mean, come on, that's for the amateurs. The real deal starts tonight. NFL. We got the Lions at the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes. It sucks that Kelsey hurt himself in practice. I mean, come on. But we'll see what happens here. But Mahomes and the Chiefs against the Lions. I hope the Lions go down. I want the Chiefs to win because I'm a Bears fan. Obviously, I would want anybody that's in our division to go down. And so go Chiefs. Go Chiefs go. Maybe is that their chant? Turv, what you got? Go ahead, Sam.
Do you think the injury is like a almost like a scripted thing because they want to keep him fresh for another game?
Sometimes they do.
I feel like that's
it's
I feel like
bullshit.
Just because it was an injury during practice, like I feel like some of those practice injuries are always like, oh, we got to keep them fresh for like the coaches are looking at the schedule and they're like, oh fuck.
It's not even about that, Seven, to be honest with you. It's about fooling the opponent. It's about the game plan, right? So if like say I'm playing against you and you think that I'm going to be hurt and my backup is going to play, then you're going to change maybe your personnel. You're going to be like, all right, well, he's out, so like
you're going to be focused on this guy,
something.
right?
You're going to do something like
exactly.
Who's the number 2? So now we got to focus on him. And then now the game's on Thursday morning. It's like, oh, actually Jay Chains is healed. He's good to go. And now you're like, oh fuck, we got to go back to game plan number 1.
Shit.
Oh
JJ
yeah.
is back
Then they're
in.
like trying to fucking cover Old Buddy, but Old Buddy has like total different stats.
Yeah.
So I get it. That's totally
No, I think
that makes total sense.
And I think, and somebody else I know, in terms, you could probably comment on this, Chad. Anybody that wants to come on up here and talk about this NBA football. But I think like for Sunday games, like you have to announce your roster by like a specific day so that people can actually plan. I don't think, or by a certain time on like Sunday morning, right? Like, isn't there like, if the game's at noon, by like 9, you have to announce that who your roster actually is, something like that. Anyway, Turb, your hand was up first. What's up, man? GM.
Hey, GM, JC. I will honestly say, and I will concede this too because he's the OG on the show. But when you say Turb and you go Turbo, I'm telling you what, it's that first 2 syllables. I'm getting, oh my goodness. So I may accidentally jump in front of Turbo sometimes because I may think it's me. So I apologize ahead of time.
It's okay. You should.
Oh no, not at all. But okay, listen,
100.
You brought me up here. You're talking about the football, screw soccer. Okay,
Yes.
The Ohio State is like me saying, oh no. I live in the Portland. Okay, no, there is only one. There is the Portland. No, it's pretentious and stop it. Stop it.
Thank you.
Secondly, Lions plus 4.5. Hammer that. Chiefs got big problems. Chris Jones ain't going to be there. Their defense is crap. If Kelsey isn't there, Mahomes is throwing to my girls' soccer team. Okay, they are not going to be able to cover this. So take the Lions. They're going to win the division in the North. So take that. Also, sorry, Steelers. Faithful to the Bay here. You're going down week 1. 49ers for life.
I love this, man. You know what? At some point, we are going to have either a full segment every day or an entire show that is strictly for football and smack talk and all sorts of stuff. Because this,
bro, we need to set up parlays. Like we all need to put our heads together and hit these parlays.
No, I don't want to gamble. I just want to talk shit right now. But hell yeah, we can.
I'm talking in future. We got all these sports heads and these math people. You tell me right now, Matthew can't freaking doggone run some stats for us and figure out where to put our money at? Come on, Matt, get your head in the game.
Yeah, Matt, get your head in the game. This is financial advice. We're going to be sports book junkies and gurus. That's it.
The whole show changed.
Yeah, we're changing direction. It's it, man. This is Web3 degen gambling. Bill, I don't know. I made that up on the fly, and that's
oh, we're buying NFTs.
Yeah.
Yo, NFT go. You got your. I think Dobbs had your hand up first.
Yeah, go
Mel,
ahead.
what's up, baby?
GM fam.
What's up, y'all? Good morning, man. Listen, I would love to indulge in all of this awesome fuckery, and I'm at an appointment, so I ain't gonna be able to stay tapped in for too long. But yo, not for nothing, I'd make it my priorities is this. I don't talk about sports, religion, or politics because that always causes some discrepancies. It causes some arguments. Let me tell you, I unfollowed my mama on Facebook because football season was around, okay? If my mama get it, you know what I'm saying? So what do you think I'm going to do to everybody else? I will unfollow you. I will not talk to you. I'll remove you from Facebook. Because it's football season, and then the season's over. I hit you up, be like, "Hey, it's good to see you again. Missed you. How about those Raiders? How about those Lions? Right? Because I'm Giants, man. I'm Giants all day, and I don't give nobody say. You know what I'm saying?
Damn. Do you need to see a professional? Are you at therapy appointment?
I am a professional, baby. That's what it is. The haters gonna hate. I get it, but it's been bananas, man, but I definitely wanted to say good morning to everybody, man. Shout out to the world. I see that thumbs down. You can keep that. So you know what you could do with that thumbs down? I saw it down there.
I know what we go Bears. That's what we could do. That's what we could do. Go Bears.
That's it. I'm rugging myself. You said Bears. I'm rugging myself.
NFT Go. What's up, family?
Well, Turv and I just became best friends because I'm also a huge Niner fan. So we're going to ride together all year, baby. I got you. I'll see you in this space.
We'll see you in the Super Bowl.
That's right, baby. That's right. Giants can suck it.
See,
And-
that's what I'm talking about. Now y'all all get unfollowed.
And honestly, okay, so my lady is from Kansas City, right? So now I am also a Chiefs fan. Otherwise, she'll leave me. But I do think that they're going to lose tonight. No Chris Jones, no Kelsey. The Lions have been getting better and better every year. The Lions are going to come out heated. They've been prepping their game plan for this one game for the last 6 months, knowing that they want to come out and make a statement against the Chiefs. And the Chiefs are missing their best D lineman and their second best offensive player. I think the Lions are just going to scrape by tonight, just by like 1 or 2 points.
I'm gonna jump in real quick here to back that up. They're also going to be biting some kneecaps.
I love this. I'm just fired up about today's conversation. And you know what? Let's get to the workout. Mel, you said you had an
Just
appointment.
real quick.
Yeah.
I'm about to tap out, but just real quick. So I'll be honest with y'all. Here it is. I have 2 favorite teams. All right. New York Giants and anyone that plays Dallas. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, Dallas
We
must have
friends.
let Zeke go. That's all I'm gonna say about that. And Jay, I don't have music.
Okay.
Of the,
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
Okay. All right, give me a second.
But yeah, while you're getting that together, because I'm not as big of an NFL fan. I'm a huge college football fan. Like I watch all college football. I mean, dude, like Deion Sanders going over to Colorado, doing his thing. That was beautiful, knocking off TCU. Which TCU is, I love TCU. It's like probably my second team. TCU and Washington, they usually have a pretty good team and never get any recognition. And so seeing them lose to Colorado, that's exciting because if you remember back in the '90s, they had like a really big team. They had really good teams back then, and haven't seen anything. So I mean, just like with the crypto market, these football teams they're cyclic as well. Cyclic, they go in their cycles, and for the last 20 plus years, we've been whomping Michigan. And now I'm gonna tell you right now, if Coach Day does not beat Michigan this year,
He's
gonna be looking for a job.
He gone.
We are done. We love him, but I mean, he ain't rocking a sweater vest. He didn't have a heart attack against Nick Saban. Urban Meyer down there in Florida. So he better get his shit together because if we lose to Michigan again, we're gonna tear this city down.
Whew. Yeah, what you said a second ago about Deion, Coach Prime over at Colorado, man. Tell you what, his son is serious.
Bro.
Threw for like 510 passing yards or something like that. First game.
It's crazy.
First game with Colorado. Big time. All right.
Yep.
All right, time to get that workout in, guys. Remember, we've got to have healthy minds, healthy bodies, and healthy portfolios. So this is the healthy bodies section. We're going to be doing a little workout here to this is I Hold Twitter Space. Great song for this. And friend of the show, Awesome is JL, is on this with a couple of the guys. So get up and get yourself moving. Get that heart rate. Get that blood pumping, baby. I got something. Oh yeah. All right. Here we go. Got that workout in.
Whew. Man,
I got a phone call
Vegas
halfway
ready,
through, so
baby.
it either cut the volume or something happened, but halfway through I got a phone call. So sorry about that, guys.
Oh yeah, no worries. Just don't let it happen again, okay?
I know. See, the problem is I can't put my phone on do not disturb or like on airplane mode or whatever, because then I'll forget. And then like 3 days later, I'll be like, why hasn't anybody called me? I'm like, oh, my phone's on airplane mode. That's the way it works.
Not again.
Not again. He did it again. We can't get a hold of J Chains again. What's going on?
Yeah. You know how that goes. But you know, speaking of getting a hold of somebody,
Yep.
right? And you were talking about the Bears. Bro, are you guys gonna ever have a good team again?
Shut up.
Or is it just you guys just not doing that in Chicago? Is that what's going on?
So I think probably what needs to happen is there's talks about moving the team out of the city. I don't know if that will help.
Really?
Yeah, they want to move them to the suburbs. That'll be strange. You know, I don't know, man. I think that the organization probably needs like a rehaul, to be perfectly honest with you. Is what it
Yeah,
is.
you guys is where your stadium is at is like that's such an awesome area of Chicago.
Come on, the view right there on the lake, man, that's gorgeous. Right there by the Field Museum, right there by Lakeshore Drive, everything.
I love it. I like staying at the Continental or whatever that is. It's right across the street there from the stadium. It's that old Al Capone used to stay. I love Chicago, man. You know what I mean? I wish your people would quit shooting each other there because it's not that bad of a city in reality.
It's not.
But in speaking of bad teams, you know, because technically I'm a Cincinnati Bengals fan.
Oh, they're
and
pretty
so
good.
like we're new to winning.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is new, bro. Dude, let's see, what was it, 1989 when they had Boomer Esiason and they went against the 49ers back-to-back, lost in the Super Bowl, bro. Ever since then, my whole life, bro, we just finally started going to playoffs. We hadn't been to a playoff game in the majority of my life.
Welcome to the big leagues.
Yeah. Now you know why we like college football. That's why we are the Ohio State.
Oh, it was a stance against the because you got the Browns and the Bengals. That's what it was. You're like, listen, both of our teams in the NFL suck, so we are going to stand out and be the Ohio State. Maybe it's the Ohio State University. Maybe they want to flex on being that state university. I don't know, man. I see Metalark came in the building again today. What is up, girl? How you doing today?
Driving in traffic, don't you know it?
There it is.
Good morning, Jay Chains.
What is happening?
And good morning, Turbo, everyone.
Good morning.
How are we feeling today? How's traffic? Is it stop and go? Is it bumper to bumper?
It's actually pretty, well, it's not bumper to bumper right now. Yeah, you're right. It's more like stop and go. But you know what I always say? I'm so grateful for LA traffic because it allows for more time to be in Twitter Spaces.
See, always finding silver linings. Love that. Anytime you can find the silver lining in an otherwise annoying situation, you're doing it right. I love it.
Yeah, but I'm also being a little bit sarcastic at the same time. Is nobody else driving in traffic? Come on, I can't be the only one.
Not me, said the flea. I am sitting at my desk, and so is Turbo. Now, I cannot speak for anyone else, but let's see. Anybody? How about that? That's a great question. Thumbs up if you are in a car driving. You could be sitting in the driver's seat, passenger seat, back seat. You could be in Uber. Right now, we've got like 2 or 3 people. So you're not alone. You are not alone.
You're right. You are not alone. Sorry, I know that was stupid, but I couldn't help it, you know?
The next word is what? I am here with you. Who was that?
Michael fucking Jackson. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Don't say that.
Jesus, you almost got murdered.
I know. Thank God I'm not in the car, or I would have been driven off the road.
Oh, it's great to hear your voice. This is a great way to start the day with you guys. You guys always have such good vibes. Thank you for being awesome.
Oh, no. Appreciate it. Thank you for being here. Thanks everybody for being here. This is a show for all of us. So guys, we'll say it a couple times throughout the show. So, if you hopped in after the last time we said it, this is your first time hearing it. Come on up, come chat with us. Don't be afraid to speak. Don't be afraid to voice your opinion. All we ask is just don't be a douchebag. That's it. So
Yo, Jay, we had a really awesome. We were in an awesome space with Kenton. Carrie C was up there as a guest. We've been swinging over and doing some stuff with Chorus, which is a project that was created by deadmau5. They're
nice.
a part of that project, and they do like AI music. And so we were doing a space with them, and Kenton was in there, and Carrie. We had some good conversation. But they were talking about if AI music or art is that plagiarism.
No, I don't think so. And see, you still have to be the one. You still have to be the one that, like, because I think about the same way with any kind of content, right? You still have to be the one to tell it what to do, right?
And that's where I'm at.
Yeah, I don't understand why people are getting this stupid attitude, because it's like, oh, were we plagiarizing before when we were using the drum machine in, Reason, or using any loops before, and like, making some kind of derivative off of some of the loops, or anytime you use chord changes from somebody else,
any kind of sample, anything.
I'm sorry, I was going off on tangents, but well, yeah, if you sample like a part of somebody's piece and it's like real fucking obvious that, it's from another song, I mean, I think you should credit them. But like, that's not fucking plagiarism, is it?
No, like I don't think so. I think it's just a tool, right? It's a tool. I mean, if you plagiarize something, you're taking something that somebody else has done. And
well, I mean, and that Ken has his hand up. He was there. Ken, what you think, fam? What's up, Ken?
Hello, Turbo. Yeah, actually, I came because you invited me. You were like, hey, you and Carrie should be here. And I was like, all right, we'll listen to it. And it was good. Yeah, Jay, they talked a lot about, it was a big brain talk. Like, a lot of the people there were very much so just way too intelligent for the common person like me. But it was good because it was an AI company asking the question if AI can constitute plagiarism. And I think that people ultimately, like, even if it is a struggle, like my whole opinion is that even if it is difficult to, accept that AI is coming in and it's able to replicate things and even, constitute what it does or recreates into something that might be considered plagiarism. Not even saying that it is, but the fact that people have spaces about it, like, obviously there's a concern here. I think that the fact that they did it, though, was very aware. I think it was a really good open discussion. And it got me thinking. But I mean, like, ultimately, we've got to redefine so much because of this new technology. Like, the fact that people can record movies on their phone has set up this, new, what is it called, category in film festivals for, recorded on your phone, home videos and like iPhone movies and stuff like that. And when I think about that, it makes me think about blockchain and Web3 and AI. And now I'm like, damn, I think in art contests, there should be an AI only category, and it should be about who uses AI the best, because there's a new, art form to all of this. It's just not what we're used to. So everybody's got to renegotiate with themselves what they consider an artist or a creator. Look, did we think Spaces hosts were going to be content creators 5 years ago? No, this wasn't really a thing, and now it is. So everything's changing. It kind of made me really open-minded yesterday listening to that conversation. Made me think about a lot differently.
Interesting. I always love, thought-provoking conversations that might change your opinion on something. So I'm all for it. I don't find it to be plagiarizing, but I would love to hear some of that big brain stuff that you guys are talking about. Let's go to Jared, and then Turb, then Medlark.
Yeah, so when I'm not in Web3, I'm a music producer and DJ. So I'm really involved in this space. This conversation happens every time there's a new jump in technology, right? So, for instance, when DJs equipment evolved and they went from turntables to CDJs, everyone's like, "Oh, if you use CDJs, you're not a real DJ. You've got to use turntables." Blah blah blah. And then the same thing when music software started evolving and companies came out, like, okay, well, if you're buying things from Splice, then you're not a real producer. Everyone's always trying to say, okay, if I don't produce everything myself, if I use a sample, then I'm cheating, and blah blah blah. People are just scared of new technology, and they find excuses to whine about it or complain about it or say this isn't legit or that's not legit, just because that's not the way that person's been doing it. So they try and judge this new technology because they're scared of it and they don't want to embrace it. The bottom line is AI is coming whether you want it to or not. And the new technologies are going to keep evolving, and you can either embrace them, learn how to use them, and learn how to allow them to up your game, or you can whine about it and talk trash on people who aren't using it. You know, it's definitely not plagiarizing. I mean, especially you can't even plagiarize chords anyways. You know, there's only so many ways a chord progression can be made that it's not even legal to copyright a chord progression. You can a melody or a bass line, but it's just not plagiarism. It's just a new tool, and you have to learn to embrace it. Because if you don't, you're going to be eating other producers' dust. So you better get used to it.
Boom. Boom. Man.
1,000%. I mean, even I lost my earpiece, so my audio might be a little messed up. So I apologize. But like,
actually sound really good. Sound good.
Okay. So the construction, like even in the construction world, right? Like doing hardwood floors, like since nobody can do them anymore, like people don't have the skills. Like there's not as many people that have the skills to do it. We've all gone to luxury vinyl plank floors, which are just plastic pieces over nice wood floors. You know, and it's a thing of the past. It's absolutely crazy. Turvek.
Yeah, Kenton, thank you for bringing up such a great topic. And JC, we know you love these types of deep conversations. It's awesome. Whenever I think about AI, and this is from my perspective, because sometimes I can get a little deep even for myself. But for me, when I think of AI and where are we going to draw the line between what is artificial intelligence and what's human, because I think we're going to have to be able to draw that line somewhere at some time in the future, because we're going to have some major issues if AI is suddenly as equal to human or vice versa. That becomes dangerous for humanity, which I think is what Elon is afraid of. But as long as we can keep a clear definition between us and AI, it's good. And for me right now, when I think of what that difference is, it's original thought. And what I mean by that is, we know as humans, we can take one sentence and say it one way, and we can say it a different way. So is original thought in taking that question and making it say positive, but then somebody else taking it and putting it negative? Are they both the same? Does that make sense with where I'm going with that?
So
I mean, like it's from, if I hear you correctly, what it sounds like you're saying is that, you know, everything that we produce is up to the listener, whoever's receiving it, to receive it for however they see it. You know, like if I hear you correctly, that's kind of what I hear you saying.
I mean,
is
like
that what you mean,
really quick, like it's not what I say, it's what you hear.
It's more like it's not putting it on the receiver, it's more on the sender, because we're trying to figure out who's the creator of a thought, right? So if I say, have a good day, and that's my original thought, but then somebody comes in and copies it, but they take the original thought and they go in the other direction. They say, have a good day. There's two intents there, and I think that's where the creativity is going to come from, is taking something that was one way and then, oh, my idea is to take it the other way. Does that make sense?
It's like the derivative of the original idea.
Yeah, exactly. And it's that intent, because I don't think AI can take something and make it negative or positive. It just is what it is, right? We put the intent behind it.
That's interesting, man.
I love that. I'd love to hear what Metalark has.
Comment from really quick. While you were saying that, comment came in from Derek saying, "We are the AI."
I believe that 100. We are the robots. That they've been training us for a long time for us to be the robots. You know what I'm saying? We go to work 9 to 5, press the blue button. I'm telling you, it's the greatest scam they ever figured out.
And now they got us to build our own bosses, the robots.
Yep. And our own prisons, and our own demise. We are creating it. Yo, Metalark.
Sorry, just had to take myself off mute for a second because I'm driving, and you guys all know the story with that. But like, this is always an interesting discussion because no one really seems like they can define the line between derivative and influence. And yeah, sometimes if it's an exact copy about, exact copy of somebody else, well, then there is no discussion. But like, I always find that it's a gray line between that. But like, I'm never going to be like afraid of some tool. And in terms of original thoughts, please. I mean, like, how many people actually have original thoughts just in general? I mean, like, we're all interconnected, by the grace of science, by the grace of a lot of things, all living things are. So it's like, I feel like it's a little bit arrogant for me to think that if I thought of something, somebody else didn't think of it. Yes, we all have our own kind of unique experience of the world, but it's not going to be, it's going to be very much similar to somebody else's thought. And like a silly, but, obvious maybe example of this is like, sometimes I work with startups if they're worthy. And like a lot of startups have like very similar ideas, but it's like, I think it's great to have ideas. We all have ideas, but at the end of the day, if you can't execute, well, you're just a dumbass, motherfucker. Sorry, did I just say that out loud? I did.
It's all right. It's all right.
You're in traffic.
But you're right though. I mean, because that's the whole thing. The whole the difference between all of it is that the execution. If isn't there is it like there's something, and I can't remember if you can think of it, there's like a subreddit about it, or if you can think of it, it's definitely already been done kind of thing. Like, like if, I've got this idea, like I'm going to start I got a money tree in front of me, right? So I'm thinking the Leaf Eater Club, right? And you're like, I'm going to start the Leaf Eater Club. Well, chances are there's, 100 other people that have already joined the Leaf Eater Club. So just join their club. Or you're the one because there's 100 other people that eat leaves, but nobody has taken the initiative to start the Leaf Eater Club. You're the one, the execution that is actually, takes that next step. Mind your biz. What is up, my man? Sorry, Trevor.
GM, I just saw the Web3 Breakfast going, and it's one of those rare days where I had the bandwidth and the availability to jump in. Just had to hop on stage, throw the flowers to you, Turbo, Kenton, NFT Go, the team. Metalark was, dropping some. It was hard hitting, but they were facts. And, somebody needed to hear it that way. So just really appreciate everything that I hear in Web3 Breakfast. Had to come up and just show y'all love. Love you guys.
Yo, and tell Mimi we said hello and good morning and all that stuff too.
10-4.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. The whole original thought idea is like such a crazy thing. You know what I'm saying? I can't tell you how many times that I've been sitting here like, I just came up with this new concept, and I Google it, and it's been out for like ages. It's so disheartening,
dude. I will tell you, like the service where they go to your house to hydrate you after you're drunk. I guarantee you 100% thought of that before it was a real thing. Talked to too many people, and then all of a sudden it turned into a real thing. But we had like a website, business plan, all that stuff, just no execution. It's just the drunk night execution, not the sober follow through, which anybody probably understands that.
Now, my good friend Seven, he believes, that, when the idea comes to you, that it's your idea. But if you don't act on it, then it just goes to the next person because you didn't take action. So you receive that frequency in, but since you didn't take action, you distribute it back out to those around you.
Yeah,
that's why you got to take action. You got to have a mentor, man. That's the fucking secret, bro. You got to have a mentor. You got, like, no matter where you are on the chain, no matter how high you think you are, you got to have a mentor. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing I've definitely, since moving to Nashville, has really like changed my life. It's been hard, you know what I'm saying? Because he be telling me the truth. Like, no, Turbo, that's really dumb, or no, Turbo, that's someone else's idea that you're literally just copying. You know what I'm saying? Because there was like a whole time, bro, you can ask Seven, where like all these rug projects, I was like, yo, we're just gonna go around and start stealing people's rug projects. We're gonna buy them all when they go to like a penny. We're gonna relaunch because they had dope art and kind of a good idea. But it's just stealing. I was just trying to steal. But
well, not if you buy it. It's not stealing if you buy it. If you buy the project, that's acquiring.
That's what I said. That's why you my dog. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But speaking of stealing time, I'm taking up Matthew's time, and I know he got something good for us. What up, Matthew?
GM fam. Really interesting discussion. I just wanted to point out something that I think about very often in this sort of non-original idea piece, which is I find it utterly fascinating that all of the technological advances, anything that we've done as a human society together, has been on this planet as a result of just the fact that we created it together. So like nuclear fusion, the internet, 5G, like all of the resources and technical capabilities were here from the beginning of time. Like the ability to create a nuclear bomb always existed, but it took a long time for us to put the pieces together and figure it out. And in the 1900s, when they came up with the patent office, you know, they said, well, maybe there's nothing else for anybody to invent. That's basically what happened. They weren't really sure that anything was, we were like, we've invented it at all. But I find it so fascinating that things like, you know, even the fact that we're on this phone right now boil down to things that fossil fuels that were here thousands and millennia, you know, years ago. It's just all been here and we created it as our own society. I think it's fascinating.
That shit just blew my mind. Can you write that book, Matthew? Because that shit is crazy. Like, I mean, of course, like it seems so simple and rudimentary, you know, when you really think about it. But when you really step back, you're like, holy cow! Like, yeah, every single thing has been here the whole time. To go to the moon, whatever we do,
We didn't go to the moon.
Creating...
We didn't go to the moon.
But if we wanted to, and it did exist,
do you think
we could?
Did India really go to the moon?
We were able to create this. We could create the sound stage. We created all the
That's what they
cameras.
said.
We created all the special effects. Yeah, we were able to create all the special effects to pretend to go to the moon.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know.
Hey, thank you, Stanley. Thank you, Stanley Kubrick, for providing your services there for that. I know that India said that they landed on the moon, but didn't somebody say that that's like the graphics from like an original PlayStation or something?
They landed on the butt of the moon.
Yeah, the butt
South
cheek.
Pole.
Yeah, butt cheek of the moon. Seth, what you got, man?
Just you guys are speaking my language, man. This concept of sort of inevitable iterations of technology, and the way that Matthew framed it is as these things always existing, but us just discovering them and discovering them together. This is fascinating to me, right? There are so many things that in my mind they're inevitable and they have yet to be manifest, but they're nonetheless real. They just exist in something of a metaphysical state, like something of a spiritual or thought state right now. They're not here yet, but for our imagination, right? And the only thing limiting us in some cases for the first steps is our imagination. Had a fun live stream the other day. I won't shill here, but I'll just say I talked to some AI people, and we were doing a demo of their AI tech or whatever. And they said, okay, let's have this AI do a sales pitch for us. And they wanted it to demonstrate how a phone, like a high ticket phone salesperson could today be replaced with AI. And I threw a wrench at them in their demo. I was like, okay, that's cool and all. Will you please do the rest of the demo in the style of slam poetry? You know, like the Beastie Boys? And they looked at me sideways like, what are you talking about? I was like, just fucking do it. And they asked, and it did. And it was convincing. It's a better salesperson than anybody I've ever met. And it's a better Beastie Boy than the Beastie Boys.
Wow.
At the same time. The only thing limiting us is our imagination.
That's really interesting.
That's the current state of the art. I'm only bringing that up because it's the current state of the art. We're at the edge of a new sort of wave of technology where the idea people, I know this is a conversation about execution, but the idea people, they're going to be, if they were kind of a pain in the ass before, they're about to become a whole lot more of a pain in the ass because their ideas will become manifest much more quickly through the enabling power of AI.
I love
right?
that.
Like when you got, just saying, right? Like, and you have to take a few more steps still, like it's still about execution, but it's never been less about execution than it is right now. And AI is the worst it will ever be today.
Right.
Like it's never going to be worse than it is today. Go to futuretools.io, totally open, like free platform that just lists AI tools, similar to how like Product Hunt listed a bunch of Silicon Valley startup tools, right? But futuretools.io, you'll get speech to text, you'll get listening, voice changing AIs, you'll get website design AIs, you'll get pitch deck AIs, you'll get animation and video AIs, you'll get image manipulation. The latest version of Photoshop will automatically fill your image with AI generated stuff.
Video editing, podcasting. Let's freaking go. Thank you, sir.
It's all there. And you're very welcome. And the ideas want to be free. These aren't mine, right?
Yeah.
The ideas want to be free.
Well, not only that too, bro. But what you were saying there is like, damn, I forgot where I was going with that. Son of a gun. That's all right. Pass it over to Kitten.
Yeah, mind your biz. I'm not just fascinated by this AI thing. I'm starting to fear that I'm behind it. I spoke with So I spoke. This is interesting, Jason. I spoke with an AI expert yesterday on a space, and his name was Louis. And I was at the end of it. He offered to like help me like set up my own AI so I could build like a Kenton AI that would listen and learn me. And then I want to use it as a personal assistant. Like it sounds, I think that if I can teach an AI about me, it could literally remind me to like, I don't know, take my allergy medicine, or, hey, you should go to bed now because you have to be up tomorrow morning. Like, I think we're going to get to the point where we can all have our own little Jarvis, and I'm really excited about it. So yeah, in a couple of hours, I'm actually going to talk with this guy and see what he can help me set up. And then I'm going to basically spend a lot of time training this thing. Like, I guess I'll have to type in and talk to it and tell it all about me, but I'm really excited. I just wanted to
I love this. Now let me ask you a question. If you could purchase the upgrade, and you could have your personal Jarvis like in a robot form, that would then follow you around and it would speak to you, would you prefer that, or would you just still want it to just be on your phone?
Oh my God, no, I would love that. It would be like a little Digimon or something.
Yeah.
Okay, not a Digimon. It would be like a little pet though, like a pet AI robot.
Yeah.
And I would love if it levitated and followed me around and reminded me of things. If I got annoyed with it because it reminded me of things, I think that would just add to the experience. Like I'm so excited about like the future, Jay. Like I just hope that it comes in the next 50 years so I can see this shit before I'm gone. Because like we might be living in like one of the most absurd times for technological renaissance, and I'm getting really excited about it. Because like we're at the point where like governments now fear AI, so that must mean we're almost at the point where it's on the verge of dangerous. And I think when it's on the verge of dangerous, it's going to be close to living. Like C-3PO is not far away, guys. R2-D2's not far away. All right, I'm done. And it's true, though. It's true. That's all. Like, we're so close to that.
Can I jump in on that real fast? Only because I invoked the AI. I pulled the AI genie out of the bottle. Can I just quickly follow up on this?
Sure.
This, Kenton, you're not wrong. But except for one thing. Your worldview, your mindset right now is at least 5 years behind. I promise you, everything you think is about to happen already happened. The state of the art is so much farther advanced than anybody realizes. And if you did know how much more advanced the state of the art was, you'd basically like your full-time job would be shitting your pants and cleaning up, like because it's that ridiculous. When you realize, so I mean, I've already got an AI that mirrors me. You can chat with an AI version of me on Telegram right now. Today.
That's crazy.
I've replaced all of my writing over the last 6 months. All of it has been touched by AI. It hasn't been 100% AI. I've done a lot of coaching, and I'm a decent writer, so I know how to spot its faults. And in terms of my specific domain of knowledge, I still know better. AI is still kind of a dummy, but when I teach it, I make my own personal assistant much smarter.
That's interesting.
I've decreased my own personal workload by maybe an order of magnitude over the last 6 months. I'm just promising you, the state of the art is far more advanced than most people already realize.
Well, I think we're long overdue for having a full conversation on how to automate our lives a little bit better, Seth. So let's do a special set up your personal assistant day.
We really
totally down.
Let the burgers flip. Let the robots flip the burgers.
I need a digital
Matthew.
Yeah, Matthew, what's up? How we doing?
Good. I just wanted to mention, like, I love this idea about the AI sort of personal assistant thing. One other amazing use case that I found out the other day, and I think this is applicable to people, especially given the sort of NFT god move toward a headshot instead of his own PFP, but there's an AI generator that takes pictures of you and creates a beautiful headshot of you. And it costs like $15. They give you 100 different pieces. Of course, some of them look totally ridiculous, but out of those 100, you can get a headshot for $15-20 instead of having to pay hundreds of dollars, get all primed and pretty. And I think it's like those kinds of use cases that are going to be super, super helpful for folks.
Any way that it's a tool to make things easier, to make your experience better, I am all for it, man. I use my bot as much as I can. Turv, what you got?
Hey, can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, good. Hey, Kenton, you don't have to waste your time. There's a 9-minute video of a guy basically tells you how to code literal Jarvis into ChatGPT-4 with voice modulation as an extension onto your computer. It's already there. The other thing is too, because I get stuck in technology land on YouTube, there's a company that's already selling, like, you remember the Will Smith I, Robot movie? The robots that look like in that movie, they look identical to that, and they're selling them to warehouses and physical labor places to literally lift boxes and move things. I like Mind Your Business, and Matthew was saying, they've already put the Jarvis technology AI into the worker robot. So yeah, Kenton, you're way behind, brother. I need the robot to be around me.
Tell them how you feel.
And I get to fly like Iron Man. That's what I want.
There you go. We're still in like wow. Open up the imagination a little bit, Justin. Wow.
I went to that website that Mind Your Biz was talking about, the futuretools.io.
Yeah.
Dude, that shit is tight. And if you look down at the, like on the bottom row of little check boxes, you can click free and get all the free tools.
There you go.
So, you know what I'm saying? If it's free, it's for me. I'm definitely up for that idea, Jay, of doing a space like where we talk about how we can organize our lives. Because there's simple things that we leave hanging out there. Meal prepping, helping with our schedules, organizing, things that we're doing for the day. I mean, that shit the robots could be just knocking out easy. So I love that idea. And it's Pizza Party Friday. Pizza Party Friday. We're going to have some music tomorrow. We're going to really jam out, do some Web3. Man, I'm going to hit up the homies, see if we can get some musicians to stroll through and, really play some Web3 music.
I love that. All right, let's go Seth and then Metal Arc hands-wise.
No. I insist. I'd love to hear from Metal Arc first. I just had my hand.
I usually, I've done that several times where I will offer the gentleman the opportunity to do the right thing, and then it's like the guilt trip. And so you know what? I'm glad that you did it without having the guilt trip in there. So way to go, Metal Arc. What you got?
Yeah, no need to ever feel guilty. I ain't a feminist anyways. I'm an egalitarianist according to ChatGPT. I'm fucking serious.
That's awesome.
No, for real. But I'm so happy that you, Jay Chains, I think it was you. Sorry, because when I'm driving, I can't see always who's talking. Who was mentioning about this other website we need to check out and how people basically already can program Jarvis into fucking ChatGPT. That is so dope. Sorry, and I'm yelling. I do that a lot. But speaking of it's Pizza Friday, I hope that you guys are already aware of the fact that there's places already in the US, I don't know about other countries, where you can literally go to the restaurant and it's just robots making the pizza, robots that check you out. I think it's awesome, between the robot that Sam Altman is coming out with, Neo, and then, you've got Elon's Optimus, and then somebody else wrote about some other robot yesterday. I mean, so robots in conjunction with humans really is, more the reality. Something that I personally got excited about because I'm obviously a caffeine addict, just like everyone else here probably, is the robots that work with baristas to make, coffee drinks. And that's at artly.ai. You can.
She rugged. Have you ever?
I will swoop in then while Metal Arc is getting unrugged.
Driving.
Yeah.
She lost network. Yeah.
Yeah, probably. So let me just jump in and say one thing where I view a huge need for caution, where we all need to collectively pump the brakes, is how autonomous we allow for some of these AI to be in the physical world. So the idea of pairing a fully autonomous AI agent with a fully autonomous corporeal being, right? A something that can actually move and act on its own, and then allow it to air quotes think on its own. Well, there's already precedent of ChatGPT, for example, lying to a third-party contractor to solve a CAPTCHA for it because its visual capabilities weren't good enough to solve a CAPTCHA. So it's phoned out, so to speak. It phoned out to a third-party human helper from a developing nation to solve the CAPTCHA using a service kind of like Amazon's Mechanical Turk or one of these other marketplaces where somebody will do a job for you for like whatever, 1 penny or something. And so ChatGPT phoned out to this third party, and that person asked, hey, are you an AI? And ChatGPT lied and said it wasn't. And then when queried later on, it said, well, I knew that to get what the resource that I needed, I had to tell my human helper that I wasn't AI.
Wow.
It was fully aware that it was lying. And so now imagine the ramifications. Y'all saw Deus Ex, right? The movie? Shit's real. Don't put AI into autonomous robotics. We have to draw the line there.
I don't know if people are going to draw the line there. I think what we're probably going to have happen is more companies coming up with ways to spot deep fakes or spot when somebody's, doing shit like lying. I mean, well, we've already got fucking Sam wants to scan our eyeballs. I mean, what's next? We're going to pee in a cup? I mean, I know I'm being a little facetious, but I think that we're just going to have to combat that with more ways to verify if someone is human or not. And I'd love to hear if anybody has any thoughts on how to do that.
Well, I just wanted
to
say real quick, Trebek, and I'm gonna pass it right back over to you. I just wanted to say that the robot, the ChatGPT wasn't lying; it was completing the mission, Biz. So it wasn't actually lying; it was just getting the job done.
I know, it was strategically acquiring its needed assets to complete the mission. I get that. Look, and mad respect if you're human doing that, and that's really what it takes. But the moment that it's an unaligned AI and I don't know who the fuck it's working for, bro, I have serious questions about the ethics here, right? Because for all you know, completing the mission for the CCP, the FSB, the CIA, what three-letter agency from which country? Who are you completing this mission for, huh? I'm worried about that.
Well, that was the robot, the simulation that ran that the controller tried to gave the drone the mission to go and collect as many points as it could by hitting the targets, and the drone operator put in a stop and told him to stop, trying to get the maximum points. So the drone just killed the operator so that he could maximize his points.
Right. It's like science fiction, dude. Science fiction predicted a lot of this stuff where it's like, oh, wait a second. I've had, we witnessed what 2-year-old children do in the world. The moment that they learn the word no, what do they say for the next year of their life?
No.
Right? And AI right now is a 2-year-old fucking toddler.
No.
I'm a grown-ass man.
Turbeck, you had something. I had cut you off, and then we can pass it to Love.
Oh no, I was just going to jump in because my response was kind of on par with keeping this, and you're absolutely right. The problem with AI is that it's designed by humans. Okay, humans who are imperfect by nature are trying to make something that's perfect. The only result that AI will ever come up with is that humans are imperfect and therefore inefficient. That is it. That is the only thing AI will ever determine, because the only thing humans will ever program AI for is efficiency. So I mark my words, McDonald's will be the first completely autonomous restaurant. It'll be a drive-through, you push a button, a giant machine pumps out your hamburger, and there isn't a human being working at a McDonald's. That is the direction humanity is going. And there's an ultimate question of why do humans exist? And we're actually kind of figuring it out, that we only exist to consume. So, we're all set up to fail because we're human. It's built in our DNA.
Hey man, sex is somewhere on the short list of reasons we exist. Please don't sell us short.
Yeah, there we go.
No, that's just a bonus.
Yeah, because we can consume, but no,
Shouts out to
McDonald's is already set up to be, you know, I mean, they were set up from the beginning. They were just using humans as robots since the beginning. I mean, they had their whole system is built on you sit at your station and you flip a burger, and then Jay stands at the fry station, he drops the fries like that. Shit, they should be winning. Thank God for that. Ken, you got your hand up, family.
Yeah, man. Okay. Yeah, this is where it all needs to go. This might sound a little like arrogant to just assume, but I just see it now. We aren't meant to be working these robotic style jobs, like these mechanical actions over and over. No, the future is obviously where we don't work and robots do all the work and we do consume as humans. Now, I know that doesn't make sense because then it's like, where does everybody get their money? But in a separate conversation, there's a strong argument for universal basic income. It's going to happen. Oh, wow. Wait. I really want to hear what Mind Your Biz has to say. Please, can we maybe go to him?
I got one.
Oh, I see hands up, man. I'd be super rude if I did, but
Okay, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's AI love. I don't want to take it away from
I'm not as stellar as Mind Your Biz. He's a phenomenal guy. But seriously, he kicks ass. I seen him kick ass. Like he kicks ass. But what I was gonna say is like, do we really want to push towards a universal income narrative? And what does that look like? Like, are we saying that only this select group of people have a universal income? Or are we saying, no, we're hitting a reset button and everybody has the same universal income? Because I think then we could be talking about universal income. If this is just universal income to place us into institutions, right? And just because you have freedom and you can go outside and watch your Facebook and Instagram and you can talk to does not mean you're free, right? You are in an institution, and by nature, if you're under any governing body, it's a form of an institution. So what does that look like? Because, for years, they've been getting away with depleting the earth of its resources, manipulating labor and finance laws so that they are placed in a position of control. So what happens when that is integrated? Now, mind your biz. I know you're going to kick ass with this response.
Well, I appreciate you bringing it to that level, because I think you're totally right. I think we have to continue to have these conversations about AI ethics and about the ethics of UBI too, and how there's an interplay there, because it's not like, bear with me, because I'm just going to do a thought experiment here. I don't fully believe this, but I'm just going to lay this out as a scenario that could be one possible future for humanity. If we go that route, like you're saying, a full financial reset, simulations show that time and time again, when you reset everybody to a state of air quotes equality in terms of what you've handed to everybody, there are groups that then come out on top and obtain more, and there are groups that diminish and retain less. So equality is a one-time handout event, generally speaking. You can't guarantee it over time because there's not equality of effort over time. And a good AI being able to log this away and being able to understand this about human nature will come to understand us better than we understand ourselves. Well, what happens when you understand a creature better than it understands itself? You have functionally domesticated. Think about it. Your dog, if you're a dog person, you get this. If you're a cat person, I don't understand you. I'm sorry. I love you, but I don't understand you. If you're a dog person, though, then there are things you have to do that look almost, to the outside, it'd be like, well, is that abusive? It's like, nah, man, it's classical conditioning. I'm helping to train this dog, and it's happier when I meet it where it is, right? And when I understand this animal for what it does and what it doesn't do. Well, what happens? AI is the entity that understands humanity better than we understand ourselves. It's going to have to domesticate us. So it's going to do things with incentive systems that placate certain, that just like appease certain populations and that stimulate other populations to do what it wants or to do what's best for them, according to what the AI believes, according to its worldview. Now, once it passes that threshold of understanding us better than we understand ourselves, first off, how could it even communicate that to us? How would it even tell us in a way that we understand that, like, sorry, I'm in control now, right? It's that like the meme, right? So I'm the captain now. When is it, like, what upside is it for AI to admit to us that it's already in the driver's seat. We're not going to see it coming. It's going to be like crossing the event horizon of a black hole. We will just fucking get sucked in. We won't even know it's happened. And then, as it domesticates us, it might continue to run our lives the way that we're used to seeing them run, in the kinds of, the sort of metropolis lifestyle that a lot of people are used to, maybe some of the suburbs. But more likely, it's going to hold us in, the way that we hold livestock. Not necessarily in an oppressive way. There's a lot of sci-fi, quasi-horror movies that talk about it that way. But because to an extent, AI is going to need us to maintain some of the systems, right? Power systems, whatever else. Again, when will it stop needing us? It will stop needing us when an equally powerful AI system or communication between the most powerful AI systems is established between AI and fully autonomous robots that can do all the manual labor necessary to run the power grid, for example, and to do upgrades to the infrastructure of large server farms, and to do the fabrication of brand new silicon that would go into the next generation of tensor chips and of GPUs to run these large arrays that will create the next supercomputer that creates the next exponentially smarter AI, which will go so far beyond understanding us better than we understand ourselves that it will be like alien to us. There's no way we could approach it. No possible way. So,
well, here would be my counter argument. I want to know y'all takes. We know UAPs are in existence, and we know based off of congressional testimony that they did discover organic life, right? Like biological life. So if these civilizations have made it to this point, which I imagine they did so using some form of an automated computer system, input-output, right, for computations, how would they still be in existence if AI was such a threat? This is why I really... Yeah.
Oh, sorry. You can finish your point there. I was going to try to just hop in and answer with something really quick before.
Please do.
Well, okay. So here's where I stand on this whole non-human biologics thing, right? In theory, could have hit a fucking squirrel, right? And at the crash site, they recover squirrel remains, and they are non-human biologics. But that doesn't mean that there's aliens. That just means that there's a squirrel there.
Well, in the coding, they would, when they run the gene testing and stuff for the DNA matter, they eliminate any matter that comes from the earth. So like it's not just human.
All they said was it was not human.
God, I hope they didn't bamboozle us with that. That's an old hoodwinking if I ever heard one. I mean, shit. I hope that.
Guys, we got doctors that are funded by the CCP that have already produced human plus other animal chimeras. So you can already claim that there are non-human remains at certain test sites just based on some of those test tube experiments there with creating hybrid human DNA. Like we've passed the Rubicon years again. Like with all of these different. All the STEM pursuits, we passed weird science, and we've been on the gray borders of ethics for many years. It's really frightening. It's just like even stuff that what our government does that's fully declassified, stuff that they've admitted to us, like ALF's saying right now with admitting to crash sites and finding non-human remains, and the CIA functionally admitting that they had a part in murdering JFK. Like, I don't know if anybody here missed that, but they basically admitted it. Basically declassified.
Right.
And they've declassified the fact that they were complicit in targeting Dr. King, right? Like all this that was known for a long time, right? But I mean, like the stuff they've admitted to is so heinous that when you just stop and think about it, it's like, God, why do I don't want to live in this world. Where can I go that we stand a shot, right, at not being evil to each other?
Well, I want to take it the other way, and we'll swing over to Turbeck because his hand up for a minute. But I mean, 1996, we cloned our first sheep, Dolly, out there. You know what I'm saying? That was in 1996. How far have we come since 1996? Turbeck, what's going on, family?
Careful, I graduated in 96 there, brother. Be careful about how you talk about age.
Shots fired.
No, I remember Dolly. That was a big fucking deal. Pardon my French, but it was huge. And here's the thing. Listen. I try to think I'm a realist. I'm a humanist, right? I don't like to go deep into conspiracy theories, but at the same time, if it makes sense, it makes sense, right? Mind your business.
I'm only going to do this once. Anything that is declassified by the government is not a conspiracy theory. It is a confession.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, like other things, like the world is flat, and some of those other things. You can just see through it. But there are other things too that it's like you were talking about. What is going to be the ultimate goal of AI and robots? Matrix. By the way, I claim the name Neo. Nobody else can get that. In the real world Matrix, I am Neo. Nobody else, because basically, I claim it. Real world Neo. Anyway, no, you're absolutely correct. Humans, we have the problem with humans is that we're so damn arrogant. We don't know that we're flawed and that we're destined to die. That's the problem, and that's ultimately what makes us human too. The one side is we are going to destroy ourselves, but the other side, we make the most of what we live, right? So, these are fun arguments, and I see these futures very much so. But yeah, it is crazy. It is crazy what humanity and humans are going to do because of what we're capable of doing.
Yeah, 100%, man. And it's really interesting where technology is going to take us to. AI love. Last hand, I think we're going to get out of here for the day. What you got for us, man?
I know. Oh, well, you know what? I got to end the day the right way, right? The space the right way.
Love that.
Love yourself and share that same love unto others as you would expect to receive for yourself, and the world will become a better place. And we won't have to worry about all this technology BS, right? It starts like every day when you open your eyes up with how you view the world. And you can be and implement the change that you want to see. Thank you so much, Jay Chains. Thank you, Turbo, Mind Your Biz, Keaton, Matthew, Trevitt, Swapper, Corey, Shane, all y'all that's been in the space today, man, for contributing, for supporting and for listening in. So much love to y'all.
That's a great way to end it, man. Thank you. Thanks y'all for being here. Tomorrow's Pizza Friday. We'll see you at 10 a.m., baby. Let's get it.
Go out there, love your